Hello, my friends. How are you doing today? Really, how are you? My name is Kirsty, and welcome to episode 33 of Is It Expired? I don't have a whole heck of a lot of fun, new, exciting news, so let's just get down to it. This is my disclaimer. As always, please do not use expired makeup. I know what the potential consequences could be. Things can happen. You can break out, you can get rashes, you can get pink eye. I, however, am taking that risk for myself. I don't recommend others do the same. With that, the reason I'm doing this project, it's just basically a full collection project pan, shop my stash kind of deal. I have all of my items in a spreadsheet by category, and I use a random number generator and I pick 5 items. I use those for the week, I see where they're at, and if the consistencies change, the texture, the formulation, the smell, whatever the case, if something is weird, it's being decluttered. Otherwise, regardless of the age, if I can still use it, I am going to keep using it. That's just how I am. Again, don't necessarily recommend others are like me, and that's fine. So let's see what I picked last week, see how the items did and held up, and I got ready a lot last week. A lot. So, lots of looks to share, which is exciting. And then we'll move right on over to week 33. Okay, so last week we were down to 4 items. The first day that I used them, I did have all 5. However, I did declutter a white eyeliner from SheGlam. It worked for what it was. It just wasn't pigmented enough. So unless you were just going to use that eyeliner by itself, it didn't do what I needed it to do. It didn't go over any shadows. It wouldn't show up. The pigment wasn't there. I have too many other products that work the way I want them to, and I can use over stuff, and you're still getting that nice stark white to fight with that product. So that one ended up getting decluttered. But I still have 4 items that I played with all week. First item I have here is the Honeybee Fruit Lip Saver in the orange scent flavor, whatever. This is from Shop Miss A. It's only a few months old, and it's getting a lot of use on it. This is generally something I would throw in my purse, have by my bedside table, whatever, and it's going to be used by the end of 2024 regardless. There is quite a bit left in here. See if I can kind of... Oh, wow. That actually went in way further than I expected it to. Way further. So there is a lot of use on this, and I'm just going to keep using it, and then it's going to be used up, and that's how that's going to work. So it's just going to go back probably into my purse. Next here I have the Sephora. I am just making up pronunciations of things now. I don't know where this is coming from. The Sephora collection mocha lipstick. I don't know what, oh, here we go. Last Matte Lipstick. This is a coffee shade. It's called Mocha. It's a very dark brown. It's very grungy. And I had a lot of fun with it. There were a lot of days that because my eyes were so intense, I definitely sheared this out into a lip liner, into a lip gloss, so it wasn't as dark as just the lipstick is. But I still got a ton of use on it. It was definitely on every day. It's just I kind of mixed and matched so that it wasn't as intense sometimes. But it's only a couple months old, so it's going right back home. Alright, this is also only a couple months old. This is the Lottie London PH Cream Color Changing Blush in Onyx, so it's like black and then it goes hot pink. I did get some glitter in there. I need to clean it before I put it away. But I had a lot of fun with it. It's interesting. It's not necessarily something I gravitate towards because it is so incredibly hot pink on my skin, but it was fun. So it's something I definitely would play with again. I just need to clean it up. It is, again, only a couple months old, so it's gonna go home after it gets a good wipe down. Yep. And last here, I have the Makeup Geek Mood Ring Single Loose Shadow. That's the word I was looking for, was loose. It was just gone. I have not had enough coffee today. I have not had enough sleep in 3 weeks since getting my new puppy, and I adore him, but I miss sleep. So I did order Flynn a cooling bed, essentially, like it's a cooling dog bed, and I think that's a big issue. He's a chow, right? So he's all poof, and I think he's having a hard time with this warmer weather. It's been in the 20s Celsius here the last couple of days, and he's struggling. So even though our basement is a lot cooler than the main floor, it's maybe 18, 19 degrees down here. It is not warm by any means. He is still struggling. So bringing down some fans, grabbing that cooling pad for him to hopefully let him sleep and let me sleep. That's the goal. If I can get him to sleep through the night, then I can sleep through the night. For once. That would be great. So, moving on. Makeup Geek. Mood Ring, single loose shadow. Okay. I can't really, like, move this too much because it is loose and it's just going to go everywhere. But really, really pretty, purpley, I don't even know. There is a couple different shades in here. Like, it's purple, silver. It's got some undertones of, like, pink and blue, if it hits the light right. But I did actually do a ton of looks that I feel like were very different from one another. So I'm going to start putting those up here. And it was a really interesting week because having only one shadow to have to use, I was able to bring in a lot of different single shadows and palettes to play with, to accompany with. So that's what I did. There was a lot of accompaniment going on. And I had fun. I felt like I did a lot of really different things. I didn't feel like the looks were exactly the same as one another, which is what I enjoy doing throughout the week. So, that is week 32. And the Makeup Geek shadow, I think, is about 5 or 6 years old. Makeup Geek's been out of business for a while, so it's older, but I had no issues with it. It's a loose pigment, so I'm not really sure what necessarily would expire in there, but as of right now, it doesn't do any irritation, and it was on all day, every day. So I do believe that means it is going home for now. All right, let's move on to week 33, which is what I got on my face today. I'm tired. I am so tired. Okay, let's get started with the Annabelle Perfect Fit Matte Foundation. You know, I don't have a darn clue how old this is. I'm gonna say probably 4 years. 3 or 4. Yeah, I don't go to drugstores a whole heck of a lot, so it's probably 3 or 4 years old now. It hasn't gotten a ton of use, but as of my skin right this second, the shade match is perfect, which is awesome. So I'm excited to keep using this for the week. It went on really beautifully. It's a light medium coverage. I didn't find that it completely blocked out all of my redness, but I'm fine with that. It is supposed to be long-lasting and waterproof. I am going to be very busy today, and I'm going to be busy till probably like 10 or 11 tonight. So we're going to see how long-lasting it is, because it's going to have to stay on for about 10 hours. And I generally don't wear makeup that long, I'll be honest. It's like, put it on, work, take it off. If that. This is in the shade 110 True Beige, if anyone's wondering. And yeah, I'm just going to play with it because I don't think I've used it a whole heck of a lot. I don't recall ever actually... it was open, so I've obviously used it like once or twice, but it's still very full. Hydrating. Lightweight, breathable formula. Waterproof and sweatproof. Reduces the appearance of pores. Buildable. I mean, I didn't get too buildy with it because I didn't want a full coverage, so I didn't really test that theory, but I don't know. I liked it for what it was. I feel like my skin does look really nice, so I'm gonna play with that for the week and see how it goes. Yeah. Alright, next here I have one of my Shany Cosmetics single shadows. I think these came in a set of 50? I want to say there was 50 or 40 or 50. There was a ton of these, and I have them all like in numerical order in my spreadsheet, but I'm too, it's here. It's 2 clicks away. I'm still not going to open up and verify how many of these there were. There were either 40 or 50. There's a ton of these. They are like 10 years old now. I got them like right when I had started growing my kit because it was just nice to have those options for colors and shimmers and glitters and that kind of thing. And they were really well priced. I think it was like 50 or 40 or 50 of them for like $110 or something. It was like $2 a pop. So really good price, and I do really like these. So this one is more of a glitter. Again, it's really hard to like show because it's loose, and if I like open it up, it's gonna end up everywhere. But it is all over my lids today. I did use a glitter glue, put it all over my lids, and it's stunning. It's so beautiful, and I forget about these all the time because they're just loose pigments hanging out in the loose pigment drawer. So, I'm excited to use this. I feel like it actually accompanies the palette that I picked very, very beautifully, and again, totally accidental. I didn't even know, because these are just numbered, right? So it's 32. So when it picked that, in my head, I would not have ever figured out which of these loose shadows it was from a number. It's not going to happen. But I do really like these. I forget about them so much. And again, it's a loose pigment. So I'm not saying that there's not something in there that could expire, but I am saying that as of right now, I have no issues. I don't have any like itching. I have no irritation. I have only had this on for like an hour or so, so we'll see. It is something I'm going to have to wear all day. If I feel like I need to take off my makeup ahead of time, well, that's definitely a sign that something is expired. And this being the oldest thing on my eyes, I mean, we're probably going to say it's this. But let's see what happens. As of right now, I'm really digging how it went on. I think that shine and sparkle is beautiful. I think it accompanies the palette so wonderfully. So let's just see what happens. Let's move on. This is yet another one of these. Stila Lip Glaze. Because I have either 14 or 16. I think I have 14? I don't know. There's so many of these. This is in Wildberry. Again, we know these. They are like 8 years old. They're fine. They smell fine. They work fine. I mean, don't get me wrong. There might be one I come across eventually that like itches and I get like a breakout around my lips. It's possible. I just haven't got there yet. I haven't used this one in a while, so it might be this one. As of right now, it is fine. I have no itching or burning or anything weird that shouldn't be happening on my lips. That's definitely a bad sign. If that starts happening, remove whatever you've got on. But as of right now, I feel fine. I feel good. I'm feeling good today. So we'll see what happens. Again, I am going to be taking this with me tonight. I'm going to be reapplying it, and let's see how much use I can get on this by the end of the week. And then, I love these. This is the She Glam highlighter in Lunar Glow. So this is the green one. This is the original. They just came out with 3 new shades of these. And I haven't bit the bullet yet. I have not ordered them yet because I have so much. However, if and when I do make another She Glam order, I will probably have all 3 of the new shades in there because these are just so fun. This one is like a white base with green and purple and pink flecks in it, and it's so pretty. I just think it's so pretty. It's very ethereal, which is what they were going for. Out of this world. You get it? I'm just being silly. But I think they're cute. I love the packaging. They're fun. They're pretty. And they're unique. This one especially with the white base with like the green and the purple and the pink. So unique to my collection. Hits the light beautifully, but it's not super overwhelming either. And I love that. It's subtle, but it's interesting. Okay. So I'm excited to use that. This is only maybe like a year old. This one, I think, like while I was making a Shein order one time, it just caught my attention and it ended up in my home at that point. So I think this is only about a year old. And last, we are staying true to the She Glam options here. This is my She Glam Afterglow palette. This, I believe, is a dupe of Natasha Denona Gold, from my understanding. Somebody, I think, put that in one of my comments, and I was like, yep, that makes sense. And it just never clicked. But it's so beautiful. I don't have Natasha Denona Gold, so I can't compare it, obviously, but these shades are so blendable. The shimmers are stunning. Everything works really beautifully. I have no complaints about this palette. I use it actually quite often. There's a lot of dents in a lot of these shades already, if you can see. It's something that I pull out a lot. Love it. So I am definitely looking forward to using this for the week, and I just think that this matches with these shades so beautifully. I'm so happy about that. I got lucky. This would have been from my first She Glam haul of makeup, which, like I said, I think I've only done 2 like actual hauls, and then like bits and bobs. A couple pieces have come to my collection from when I'm just getting a couple other things off Shein. So mostly from the 2 big hauls. This was from the first one, which was I think 3 years ago. So not incredibly old, and I really do like this palette. I don't even think the gold Natasha Denona one is available anymore. And actually, I'm not even 100% sure if this one is, because I got it a long time ago and I haven't actually looked at Shein in a long time. So I'm not 100% sure, but if it is and you like the color story, I think the quality on these is beautiful. I really do like it. The mattes are soft, they're blendable. The shimmers give you the shimmer you need. They really do. And then you can use them wet and you're going to get even more pizzazz, pow, pop. So, in my opinion, I think this is a beautiful palette, and it is what it is. I am going to keep using this, obviously, not only for the week, but like I said, I pull it a lot. I really do, because it's such a great partner palette for so many other things, because it's neutral but sparkly. It's an interesting neutral palette. It's obviously very neutral. It's very neutral. I love the cool tone browns. There's a couple warm ones in here as well. They are great for transition shades, for crease shades, that kind of thing. And then these shimmers are they're so pretty. They really are. So this one I just like to pair it with a lot of other things, and I'm excited to really focus on it this week, because I don't generally use it as like a base palette. It's like, oh, I just need a couple of the browns. Oh, I just want to pop that shimmer on. It's like I'll use a shade here and there, but I get to really focus on this week. And that's it. Week 33. My goodness, we've been doing this for a while, hey? It's interesting. It's really brought to light a lot of neglected and forgotten products in my collection, and that's really why I wanted to do this. And it keeps me accountable on a couple things. One, I am really getting an idea of just how much is in my collection, so it's, a slap on the wrist. Stop buying so much. It's not a budgetary thing. It's literally just due to the fact that I have enough makeup to last me until I'm 172. I'm sure I do. So it's more just keeping myself accountable there for the sheer amount of product I have. And just grabbing things that I normally wouldn't, because I don't think about them. That loose shadow. I don't know. I mean, it's open. I've used it for sure. When was the last time I used it? Not a dang clue. It could have been last year. It could have been 5 years ago. I don't know. But I used it today, and I just think it's so beautiful. So why am I not using these things? Because I don't think of them. And I love that this project brings these items to the forefront, makes me use them for a while, because then they get lodged in my brain again. Oh yeah, I really like that product. Let me go back and grab it. Let me pair it with something else. So I've just been having a lot of fun with this, and I'm excited to keep doing it. I really am. I'm having so much fun. It's really interesting to use all these products for a week, but be able to grab from every other category I have in the meantime, and things are getting used, which is the best thing, right? Like, that's what we want. We want to use our collections. If we have it, use it. That's what it's there for. It's not there to just sit and eventually expire, grow mold. Ooh, yuck. If that's the case, just throw it out. Please do not put that near your face. If there is mold, no. Into the bin it goes. That's it for me. Have a wonderful day, evening, weekend, journey. And I'll see you all next time.